Hello, friends. It's Brooke-Sidney here, your favorite mindset and manifestation coach. And today I am jumping on quickly because I wanted to talk about choosing to view the 3D as a gift. Yes, instead of being triggered and stuck there, we're going to talk about how you can use the 3D as a gift to you and your life and your future manifestations. But before we do, I just want to remind you that there are two ways to work with me: one-on-one coaching and email coaching. That information is listed below. And I have two groups for those of you on the manifestation journey. They're wonderful. They're full of like-minded individuals. That information is also listed below. So today I wanted to get on and talk about viewing the 3D as a gift. Yes, I didn't make a mistake viewing the 3D as a gift. So many people are, understandably triggered by the 3D circumstances, meaning the reality that is in front of them, right? And it's totally human, get triggered by having things that occur in our lives, the ups and downs, the twists and turns, as well as the things that we want to change, the way that we want our reality to look different than how it looks right now. So many of you are trying to manifest, I feel like, love and money. Those are probably the biggest things. And in this case, I think that it's really, really helpful to look at the 3D as a gift. So what do I mean by looking at it as a gift? I can say from my own personal experience that the things in the 3D that were the most disappointing, the most hurtful, the most kind of damaging and, even trauma related have also become the biggest springboards in my life. Many of you on this that are joining me recently and maybe haven't seen all my videos from the past and my Mind Soulful days and so forth, or the podcast that I had, may not know my story, but I was in an abusive marriage. And that marriage came to an end, obviously. And what happened was, during that marriage, my doulas told me that I was being abused. Now, what does that mean today? It means that I can choose to look at that environment, that 3D, that reality, as terrible, as like the worst thing that's ever happened, even though arguably it could be, this horrible event. And in that moment it was. But even in that moment, I decided, I was like, how did I get here? How can I now figure out what I was doing, how I was thinking, the person that I was then, to manifest this into my life? And although in the moment it's really, really hard, I'll give you that. But the 3D as a gift, is what we can take from it to propel ourselves forward. Yesterday, I was talking about how we can turn our pain into purpose and power. I will tag that video. How we can turn our struggles into a springboard. Within every 3D circumstances that we get triggered by, there is something for us to learn about ourselves. It's something for us to learn about the way that we're thinking, the way that we're being, and the way that we believe things to be about ourselves and about the world and about the particular situation that you're in. I often talk about, and this is my second point, that the 3D is like a mirror, because in manifestation world, and really in all the world, these are just kind of guidance and wisdoms that's not shared freely and not taught in schools. But we live in a world where things are inside out. We create from the inside. We create from our 4D, our imagination, our kingdom within, along with God, the 5D, or higher power, whatever that is to you, to produce and to reflect out onto the 3D. That's how things come into being in this planet, in this earth. So we know that our creation point is actually inside of us and not outside of us. The reason why I'm talking about that is because so often we think of the 3D as just like a simple reflection or a mirror. And sometimes it is. Let's say you manifested a cheater. Maybe you want to think, am I cheating? Where am I cheating on myself? How have I held beliefs around cheating, right? Maybe you manifested someone who constantly lies. So then you're thinking to yourself, do I lie all the time? What about me has allowed the cheater? What about me has allowed the liar? What about me has done so forth? Am I lying? Am I cheating? Sometimes the 3D gift in terms of the mirroring is a little more in depth. Sometimes it's not just as simple as, hey, you did X, Y, and Z the same as they did. Oftentimes it's not that simple. More often, I have found both with my clients and with myself, there is something there that we're supposed to learn about ourselves. It may be that you feel like you are deserving of someone who lies and cheats on you in this particular case, but it could also be a way for you to learn about boundaries. It could be a way, this is the gift, to show you that you still have more work to do on what is acceptable for you. What are your standards? What do you not allow for you? What becomes a non-negotiable? And also, how much is too much? Because the person who has the relationship with the person who doesn't lie and cheat is a person that obviously has a self-concept, thoughts, feelings, and beliefs where they're not going to accept lying and cheating. Their boundaries, their standards, their worthiness, their criteria, their requirements, their expectations, all of that is not in line with that behavior. So it's not always like, because I've had people ask me that, does that mean that I was cheated? Does that mean? It means that there is a gift there for you to learn. There is something about you that may not be doing said thing that the SP is doing. Or in case of money, maybe it's the case that you don't have a lot of money. It's not that maybe you stole money. It's not that, reflective. It could just be as simple as, how do you feel about money? How do you treat money? How do you think about yourself in relationship to money? Do you believe that you are a person who takes care of your money, that does well with your money, tracks your money, whatever it is? It's a gift to me to look into the way that you think, feel, and believe about yourself, as well as, now hear me on this part, the person who has whatever it is, the love, the marriage, the relationship, the baby, the house, the money, what would that person require? What would the standards be for that person? What would the expectations be for them? Does that make sense what I'm saying? I hope this is resonating. Go a little bit deeper in your self-reflection work. Go a little bit deeper in your awareness. Ask God, ask your higher self, ask your innermost consciousness to help you to mind whatever is triggering you in the 3D. You might be being triggered by someone who's cheating, or someone who's cheated on you, or treated you poorly, or abused you, or whatever it was. Instead of thinking simply about the abuse in that finite form, ask yourself, what am I here to learn from this? What is this showing me? What person would not allow this? What person would not have this? How do I become that person? I'm going to have you look at the alter ego video because that often helps us. I was hearing a video earlier about how someone was saying it makes it easy for you to change your name. You can change your name. But more importantly, you want to change your self-concept, the way that you think about yourself, the way that you believe things work out for you. And I believe, and I feel like a lot of people aren't talking about this enough, what you accept. Even though the 3D is a mirror and you can go and you can manifest something new, you don't have to accept in the 3D poor treatment, being abused, being treated poorly, being lied to, being cheated on, all of these things. You don't have to accept that. This is your moment to step into the person who requires more, expects more, has higher standards, and believes they deserve more, and they will have it. So today I am asking you to reflect, pray, journal upon how the 3D is presenting you with a gift. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and turn that bell on because I drop videos daily. See you tomorrow.